In a conventional election campaign, the candidate will get to talk at public meetings. We talked at several, and I think we basically stopped the show at the Friends of the Earth meeting. You have to make sure that you get to those events, so there's quite a lot of planning and thinking about what you're going to say when you get there, and you need time and space to do that. I think I'm quite good at talking in public. Some people may not have had as much practice as I have in the past, so if you haven't had that practice, you'll also be wanting to get that in as part of the campaign.
I personally learn a lot from the other parties, their press conferences. I regularly went to the Labour, the Tory and the Alliance ones and picked up a few tips. We eventually set up our own press conference, which is a very, very easy thing to do and could be worthwhile if you can persuade the media folk to turn up. What we did was we hired some 800 watt redhead lamps, TV lights, very easy to do, one up behind, you get backlighting, etc. Make a good presentation for the cameras. Backdrop behind you, a table for the candidates to sit behind, Green Party banners everywhere. Yeah, and dish out an agenda of the candidate's activities for the day, where he will be at certain times and at certain places and what he'll be doing. That way the media, if they want to give you coverage, will know where to be at the right time at the right place.
A couple of the media successes we had in the campaign were getting articles in Marketing magazine and also coverage in the Daily Cyclist, which is the newsletter of the London Cycle campaign.
Most of the papers gave us a mention, you know, nothing very much. The Independent gave us quite a bit, but well, local papers and area papers gave us the standard sort of coverage. But we really cracked it with The Guardian, I think. Beautiful page 2 spread, big black and white picture of the tandem, big article as well. That was splendid. That was worthwhile, all the work going in just for that, I think. TV coverage, we managed to get ourselves a 3-second spot on Thames News. Did you miss it? Did you blink? Still better than nothing. On the road, BBC 2, documentary crew came down, filmed us during one of our events, the birthday party. That was a splendid day out, that was, seeing how the professionals do it, not like this video you're watching. And of course Radio 4 came down a couple of times to do some interviews, and also Radio Thamesmead did a phone-in programme with our candidate.
There's been a lot of talk in this video about teamwork. How do you work as a team? Greenwich is a nice place. We're out in the park today making a video. But during the by-election, we had dinner once a week at my house. Sometimes we never got any further than having dinner. Sitting around, talking to each other, enjoying each other's company. If you don't enjoy each other's company, what are you changing? What's different about politics? I suppose in a way all of this video is advice, so it wouldn't be true to say that I don't want to give advice, but at the end of the day you've just got to do what you feel is capable for you. There's no point in trying to, you know, be the world's greatest public speaker because you think somebody else is, or to win all the political arguments. At the end of the day, the media aren't going to represent things as you say them. You're not going to convince everybody. If everybody voted for you without understanding the issues anyway, what would you have changed? So you really, I think, need to sit down before you start and decide what you want out of it all, and make sure that there are enough things in there that you're going to succeed whatever happens. So pick objectives that are achievable and list them all beforehand, and also make a list of anything that can go wrong. Because if you do that and then look at that list of things that can go wrong and think, well, if that goes wrong I'll still get that out of it. So for instance, you know, if I get less than 1,000 votes, well, I'll still have got, you know, more than 500 votes, whatever it is for you that matters. Then at the end of the day you're not going to get disappointed.
Don't be too nervous about the legal responsibility. I mean, it took me aback to start off with. Leave plenty of time for getting nominations in, don't leave it till the last day. Could be a good idea to fill out 2 forms if you can, and take care, do it slowly, don't do it in a hurry. Make sure that you've got the money sorted out in time. It can be quite hard to find 500 quid the day before.
Yeah, it's a tricky business trying to offer advice to a prospective Green campaign coordinator. I suppose my best advice is don't. But if you really feel that you must, make sure that you yourself have a good backup team. Campaigns tend to be about the backup team for the candidate, and it's of course very, very important. But if you're going to do a role like campaign facilitator, it's going to demand a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of patience.
Now, I would advise anyone who takes over the networking coordination responsibility to really impress upon at meetings that when an election starts and when a by-election starts, information does need to be passed around. And if it stops at any point, then the whole system collapses.
What I did find is that politics and the media are somehow inextricably linked. It is difficult to separate one from the other. I find it difficult to know where politics ends and the media begins. I find it very, very strange. Advice I could give to people who want to take on the job of press officer: talk to people. Talk to people. Get on that telephone.
My advice to anybody that was trying to organising a canvassing campaign would be to start at the earliest possible opportunity. Don't in fact leave it until the general election is announced. Canvassing really is the final conclusion to all the efforts you must make on an ongoing basis. You've got to get out there continually, make yourself known to the people of your by-election or your election area and your constituency, and do as much work as you possibly can, simply because during the election it's a short period of time and you won't have the resources necessary to achieve a great deal without putting in a considerable amount of work prior to that.
Enjoy it. You know, enjoy your evening during the count. Enjoy meeting the other candidates and other election agents. You'll probably bump into them while you're canvassing.
The trouble with Green people is they're really nice people, and when you mix nice people with politics, you just get a lot of heartache.
And beware the one called Vincent Hanna. He is from another planet and has the power to influence election results.
Slow change is good change, so it's not all going to change overnight. So I think the only real advice that I can give, which matters at the end of the day, is have fun.
Cause a fire in the street ain't like a fire in the heart. And in the eyes of all these people, don't you know that this could start on any street in any town, in any state if any clown decides that now's the time to fight for some ideal he thinks is right. And if a million more agree, there ain't no great society as it applies to you and me.